So, chosen ones, have you reached a point whereby you run into people that you used to know? Friends, your fathers, family members, workmates. And then for some reason you notice that you don't speak their language. You can no longer speak their language. It's like you have grown so much that you can no longer actually sit down with them. Even sometimes associating with them can sometimes even makes you extremely uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden they're bringing out the history. Oh, you know what, many years ago we used to do this, many years ago we used to do that, we used to go clubbing, we used to smoke this, we used to do that. And then it's like they're bringing out your old habits that you've already left behind. And then they're putting the blame on you that you've forgotten about them and you no longer want to resonate with them. Now, usually, as a person who is growing and evolving spiritually, you're always going to leave so many people behind. And I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, that it is also very uncomfortable. So it's not a situation whereby, the journey of spiritual evolution is like a journey that is taken as an individual. So most of the times when you start to grow and to want better for yourself, you get out of your comfort zone, you start putting in the work, you start to move to the next level. There is people that you leave behind. And most of the times, the higher you go along a path, sometimes you look back in thousands of miles away and you look at those individuals that used to say you couldn't make it. Where are you going? What do you think you're doing? Who you think you are? You know what I mean? So you think that you're better than us or you're better than this. So a lot of times when you look back in time, you're going to see the people that used to say you couldn't make it. But at that moment, you have really made it. And most of the cases, they can no longer be a part of you because you guys are vibrating at different frequencies. So they can no longer be a part of you. And sometimes it can be painful as well because as much as you want them to be a part of you, sometimes they're family members, maybe your children, their parents, but you're at a different frequency and you can no longer speak their language, and it is also extremely uncomfortable. That is a sign that you have evolved. You have attained a certain level of spiritual growth and you have evolved. And that's not by coincidence. Ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee in this video that sometimes along the journey, some people will hate you for evolving beyond the expectations. But again, on the other hand, you will also meet your soul family, the people who understand where you're going and who can actually speak your language. And let's discuss more in this video. Good morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Desmos, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-growth. And if you know that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. So, chosen ones, one thing you're supposed to know is there is nothing wrong with wanting better for yourself. So there is nothing wrong with standing up for yourself and standing up for the things that you believe in. So waking up one morning, of course, and you decide that you want to go a different direction. So most of the times, sometimes you're choosing a direction that nobody else wants to go. You know what I mean? You're choosing a direction and a path that nobody else wants to go. So most of the times you will see a lot of these guys, if you've been involved with sometimes families and friends, the people that you used to know, you wake up one morning and you tell them that, listen guys, that's where I want to be. That's the direction I want to go. In most of the cases, you're talking to the people who are very comfortable in their comfort zone. Let me repeat this. Most of the times, whenever you think you want to grow out of your shells and you want to get out of the shell and move towards your own dreams and goals, you will usually be talking to people, the people immediate circles around you. Those are the individuals who don't want to change. So they are the individuals who are usually comfortable with where they are. They may not necessarily be comfortable where they are, but they may actually not know the means that they need to do to get out of those zones and those comfort zones. So most of the times, as a chosen one, because chosen ones are people who are very creative and there are people who don't want to stay in one place. So at some point in time, as the chosen ones continue evolving, they will always notice that they're aiming for higher targets and they're aiming for higher goals. So usually what they will do, they'll do whatever it takes. And you see one thing with the chosen one, when it comes to spiritual evolution and growth, one thing with the chosen one, they don't have to know the destination. When a person decides that they want better for life in their life and they're seeking better and they want to grow and they want to become better versions of themselves, I can guarantee you that chosen ones, they do not have to know the destination. So those are the guys, they just pack whatever it is they have with them and they get out and they just go anyway. They just go for it. They will go for it. It does not matter what the circumstance is. Those individuals, because those individuals, they are warriors. So what they will do, they will just pick up a few bags of their belongings and they'll just go out and walk into the unknown. And most of the times, that's where the resistance comes in, because now it's like you're getting out. Sometimes you're walking out of your family. You know, all of a sudden you're packing your bags. You're saying goodbye to your parents. You're saying goodbye to your mom, your fathers, your brothers, and everybody starts laughing at you. Oh, you know, I don't even know what you think you are. What you think, who you think you are, what you think you're doing, where do you think you're going. So you will always meet a lot of people, the naysayers, the people who are always going to want you to stay where you are. Because there is so many people around this universe that they are very much scared of the unknown. So they want to sit down comfortably and do the regular things they've always done. You know, that little job they've always had, the same family that they've always been with, the same family that is holding them back. And it is unbelievable that sometimes even the own family you have, the only family you have in your life, is the only family that's actually holding you back. So those are the only families, they want you to do exactly what they expect of you. So they do not expect you to grow beyond them. They do not expect you to outgrow them. They want you to stay in that box whereby they can be able to manipulate you and push your buttons. And to tell you what it is you need to do and which direction you need to go. Sometimes you might even find your parents, your own parents. They don't want you to grow, because when you ever come around to your parents and you tell them what dream it is you have, sometimes the dream you're talking about is very, very huge for them and they cannot even sometimes fathom that kind of dream and where it is you're going. So most of the time you will see your own parents. They will stop you from going wherever it is you want to go. So most of the times, growth will always be difficult. But I can guarantee you guys, a chosen one, there are people who are ready to walk into the unknown. Those are the guys, you see them, they'll walk out. They don't know what is the destination. They don't know where is their destination, but they know they have got to go out and seek something better, because they are yearning for better things and they are yearning a better life and to get out of those zones and become the best version of themselves. So those are the guys, they will just go out and do it anyway. They will do it. So you see, as you grow, the journey of spiritual growth is very uncomfortable, because you see, the other thing is that sometimes you have got to outgrow a lot of things. You know what I mean? Because for you to become the best version of yourself, you cannot become the best version of yourself when you're still hanging on to the lower version of yourself. You know what I mean? So there's the highest version of you, and then there's the lowest version of you. So the lowest version of you is those things that used to describe you in your lower self. The things that you used to do, usually the things that were not even serving you. Most of the things that were keeping you in a low frequency. So sometimes you're outgrowing and you're getting out of that frequency and you're trying to seek better and do better things in life and seek better for yourself. Most of the times, there is a lot of people around you, they're comfortable with you in that zone. You wake up in the morning and you go clubbing, you go seek for the girls, you go and smoke the joints, you do whatever it is called, the drugs and whatever it is. You do whatever it is because in that zone, there is so many people who are with you, they are happy with you in that way, because at that moment, you're not intimidating them. It's like a lot of people, they're intimidated by growth. So when you start to grow and to evolve beyond people's expectations, you start to become intimidating for a lot of people that you've left behind. So that's why you see, I've given you an example. Sometimes you're looking back in so many years down the road, then you're meeting those guys and they're looking at you, they're like, oh wow, so how did you do this and how did you do that? So you think now you're better than us and you think you're better than this. There is a lot of people, and guys, let me tell you something. The most shocking thing you'll ever realize is that even sometimes family members, you might even sometimes have family members, they're doing better than you. They are doing so well, they are well off. They may be government officials, they may be prime minister, they may be whatever. They are doing well off than you are. But most of the times when you're starting to grow, They are much more happy and comfortable when you are in that box, because they can look at you in that box and you're not a threat. Because when you grow out of the box, you become a threat for some individuals. And most of the times, a lot of people who are on the journey of spiritual growth, they start to feel sorry for themselves, and they're like, oh, you know what? I think I should go back and pick up my friends. I think I should go back and pick up my family. You know what I mean? Because you're looking at them and sometimes you're feeling sorry for them. You know, they refuse to work with you. You came around and you told them your project. You told them your plan. You told them, hey, listen, guys, let us work up and start doing this. There's that little project there. Let us venture into the project together. Because sometimes you're with them and sometimes you think that you're supposed to move along with them and take them where it is you want to go. But most of the times, I can guarantee you that it is going to be necessary that there is people you're going to leave back where they have been, because they are not ready to move. When you're working towards growth and development, when you're working towards becoming a better version of yourself, I can guarantee you guys, as scary as it may seem, you're going to walk alone. Some of the people, they will be there watching you. So you see a lot of these guys, these naysayers, what they will do, they will go back in their windows and they'll be watching you from a distance. They'll be watching you making the steps. You'll open up that little shop in the corner. You buy the products, whatever it is you want to sell, you start selling step by step. They'll be watching you. Sometimes they'll be coming around and checking on your progress. Oh, how is it going now? Where have you reached? And the things like that. I've seen this along my journey. How is the channel going? How is the thing going? How is YouTube and the things like that? Oh, we see you're doing okay, so keep on going. Most of the times, they don't really mean it the way they say it, because they are saying it because of, most of the time, it is even sometimes the jealousy. But they don't want to show you that actually you're growing and outgrowing them and becoming better than them. So they cannot give you that credit. They'll come around and check on what you're doing, and then they'll go back to their shells. They'll come around and check what you're doing, then they go back to their little boxes. And most of the times, they're very much scared because they can see where you're going. Let me tell you something, chosen ones. A lot of people, they can see sometimes where you're going even before you know where you're going yourself. You may be going to an unknown destination, but there is people behind you who can almost see where you're going, but it's like you're the only one who doesn't see it. But because you're a chosen one, you don't want to know the details. You just open the door, pick up your bags and go. It is a business you want to venture, you will start. You'll go and do everything in your power to make sure that you take off and you start. Most of the times, I can guarantee you, there is people in that box because they don't want to go through the suffering. The journey of spiritual growth is painful. It's painful because you are doing the things that you have never done before. You have never thought about in your entire life. So you're doing the things that are getting out of the box and getting out of the comfort zone. So the moment you jump out of the box, that is when you start to see a lot of these little things that you never expected. So that's why you see most of the times the journey of growth, it is usually very painful because it is shaking you up, and spiritually, mentally, physically, even sometimes financially. But you keep on going. You discover yourself. I can guarantee you guys, when you start to decide you want better, because you see the universe. The moment you tell the universe what you want, this is what I want to do, and that's the direction I want to go, the universe is going to start working on your favor, because now you've already spoken it out into existence. You've told the universe that, hey, listen, I'm not happy where I am. I wasn't happy where I am, or I'm not happy where I am. I want better. I want better in life. I want to grow. I want to become a better version of myself. So you speak out into existence where it is you want to go. Do you want to go into acting? Do you want to go into hairdressing? Do you want to go into fashion? Do you want to go into modeling? Do you want to go into music? Whatever it is, your journey you decide to say, to go to take, you speak it out into existence. And what happens is the universe now starts to work in your favor. You don't have to necessarily have the tools when you're starting a journey. You do not have necessarily to have all the tools you need. You just have to speak it out into existence. And the next thing what you're going to do is now start to taking inspired action. You want to become a hairdresser, okay, so the universe is there waiting. You've told us you want to become a hairdresser. So what are the things you want to do? How do you want to, what journey do you want to create? What mechanism do you want to put in place to move you towards that goal? So what you do, okay, you're going to go and do a certain training. You go for the training. The universe say, okay, we see you've done the training. So what do you want to do next? There's a shop I've seen in the corner. Maybe it's for rent. I'm going to open up the shop. But I need the equipment that I need to start my hairdressing company. And that is where the universe starts to come in, because the universe has already seen you have taken the first step. You see, the secret with growth and spiritual growth, the only thing you need to do is to take the first or even sometimes the second step, and all the other things are going to fall in place. At one point, I wanted to inspire people many years ago. So I was like, hey, listen, I want to help people. I want to help people with, who are dealing with narcissistic abuse. So the universe was like, okay, so yes, you want to help people, but okay, so what moves are you doing towards that direction? I said, I'm going to speak. I'm going to use my mouth. I will speak. I started doing the first video. Nobody was watching my videos. There was a subscriber, there was 2. Then after 2 months, I got 7 or something. Then there was 10. But in my heart, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to help people. You know what I mean? I want to help people regardless of what. I would like to help people because whatever I've seen in this situation of narcissistic abuse, there is people who are like me that are behind. So I'm going to help people. So the universe starts to put all these things in place one by one. And before you know it, guys, let me tell you something. The very moment you decide to leave your comfort zone and you leave whatever was not serving you behind, that is when the universe comes into play in full force. And that is when the universe starts to align all the people and places and things that are necessary for you to move to the next level. But you see, one thing you will always realize as a person who is growing, chosen ones, one thing that you always realize along your journey is you will always meet people that are going to hate you. Those people that you've left behind, a lot of the haters, some of them, they will want to do witchcraft, they will do spell work, they will do voodoo because they don't want you to reach. They can see, they can feel, they can almost sniff where you're going. But they don't want to see you reaching that destination. So most of the times you're going to see them, they are going to do everything they want to do, they can do to make sure that they keep you behind. They want you to be where they are. They will hate you for no apparent reason. They resent your journey. They will not even come around to support you. You will not see anybody from your friends. I can guarantee you guys 150%. There will not be anybody that you've known before for so many years ago that they are going to come around along your journey and they support you. So what usually happens, what the universe does now, the universe starts to align different individuals along your path because the universe now starts to find your soul tribe, those people that can understand and speak your language. Probably they're on the same frequency like you. They may not necessarily be on the same frequency, but they are on that similar journey because they know and they understand the language that you're speaking at that moment. You're speaking about the language of growth. So that is when the universe now is going to start to align you. If a person who has been want to go into hairdressing or acting, that's when you're going to start meeting different kinds of actors along the journey. You see different actors that say, oh, you know what, actually I'm into acting and there's a position available if you want to come and do the auditions and everything like that. Now that's when you're going to see the people that know where you're going. They're going to start showing up from nowhere. It is going to be shocking, guys. It is going to be surprising that you're going to start meeting people who know where you're going. Those are the individuals, they call them your soul tribe. Those individuals are going to start to come around and start picking you up from where you are, and they're going to start dragging you on towards the next level. They call them your soul tribe. Those are the individuals who are going to support you along your journey. The guys you have left behind, they will hate you forever because you have left them in a place and you are forcing them to look at themselves in the mirror because now they can see where you're going. They can see you thousands of miles later on and they think that maybe they should have done something along, maybe when you told them or maybe when you decided to hold their hand and take them along with you, they refused to go. Now they are thinking in their mind, they are looking themselves in the mirror and they are thinking now what it is they need to do whatever it is you're doing or to become like you. So if you're chosen one out there and you're growing and you're evolving to become the best version of yourself, you have got to know people will hate you. And it's just the rules of life. That is just the way it is. People will hate you and you cannot be responsible for their actions or their behavior because they have got a right to do whatever it is or to think or to feel the way they want to feel. So you keep on going, chosen ones, and on that journey, you will always meet people who will hold your hand and drag you and put you and bring you towards the next level to where it is you want to be. So let me not think about this video in the comment section below, guys. Of course, I always love and appreciate your support. On this channel, we talk about narcissism, so you can always book a session with me. We talk about spiritual growth, we talk about self-development, and we also talk about spirituality. If any of that interests you, of course, and resonates with you, book a session with me. If you want to donate and support to this channel, please, there's a link you will see in the description below. The Cashapp and PayPal, they're always down there. Let me know what you think. Until then, it's been a blessing to have you guys on board. Much love and blessings. There's more signing out. Peace.